shootings in Baton Rouge, Minneapolis, and Dallas, to name a few. It's a tense time in America when it comes to civilian interactions with law enforcement. So what's the best way to communicate with police to avoid conflict? And how should you handle the situation if you feel you're being treated unfairly? What are your rights? I spoke to the experts to find out. It's our Assignment 13 report tonight. It's the most common interaction Americans have with police, but now we're seeing more traffic stops turn violent. Not just nationally, but right here in the Chippewa Valley. People are resisting arrest and arguing with police officers.
More than likely, there's reasons behind it. I have a warrant. I don't have a driver's license. I'm on probation. I don't want you to know my name, so I'm going to lie to you about what my name is. Generally, all those don't work very well.
It seemed years ago that there was a lot more respect, and not just for law enforcement, but for adults, members of the community, just people in charge in general.
According to the Bureau of Justice, 42% of contacts between officers and citizens happen when drivers get pulled over. And the #1 reason for that is speeding. So what's the best way to act to make sure these everyday situations don't get taken too far? I went through a mock traffic stop with Eau Claire police officer Clay Wanta. He says to stay in your car.
All right, is this your current address in Eau Claire?
Yes. Unless you're asked to step out.
What's your driving record like?
Don't reach around under your seat or behind you. And always make sure the officer can see your hands.
For us, it's important that you're not moving around and we can see what you're doing, because we have no idea what the traffic stop may entail or what we might come across during the stop.
And if you have a gun,
I like to know. I don't make a big deal out of it. I'm not going to have you grab the gun and show it to me. If you tell me it's under the passenger seat, I'm going to say just don't reach for it and leave the gun where it's at.
okay.
This is a $10 citation.
And if you don't like what's happening or disagree with the citation, don't argue. And whatever you do, don't get physical.
I just pulled you over because you're going a little fast on Menominee Street.
There is no attorney on this earth that's going to tell you it's okay to fight with the police or to use force against the police or to try to run from the police if you're going to be taken into custody. Go along with the program. Listen to the officer's commands.
And local lawyers we spoke with agree.
You definitely don't want to accelerate the situation with an attitude. You don't have to argue your case alongside the road.
If the officer asks you to jump, ask how high and minimize the risk to yourself or to the officer's life. That's really important.
And Hertel says a driver behind the wheel is not legally required to answer any questions, allow an officer to search their car, or do any action like get out of the car or perform a field sobriety test. However, Bob, failure to do so can be perceived as an obstruction.